So my client did something awesome.
Hey love, and welcome back to another Loc Talk. Today I have my amazing client JoJo for you today, and this is a requested Loc Talk because a lot of people have been wanting to hear about her lock experience overall. So I am here to have her share her journey with you guys, and please make sure you guys like, subscribe to my channel, and share with others. And if you have any questions, comment below. And if you have any requests you'd like to make, y'all know I'm here for you guys. So definitely put them in the comments below. So we are going to get started with JoJo's Loc Talk. Y'all can't see me cheesing back here, but I am. But anywho, all right. Tell us about your, I guess, how did you wear your hair before locking it? What's your hair journey before locking?
So I was the classic perm hair salon every 2 weeks. Then I tried to do the loose natural thing, and that ended up with being in the salon every week. Just your everyday love a hair salon trip.
How long were you a loose natural?
I made it a year.
Only a year?
A year, that's it.
I did 2 years.
That's it.
And then you decided, I'm going to lock it. So what made you decide to lock it, and what made you decide Sisterlocks?
I was on a path of trying to not be such a perfectionist about my hair. I was absolutely previously the person that if I had a meeting for work, if I had something to do, I was on the phone. Can somebody get me into the hair shop? Can I get my hair fresh for this?
Mm-hmm.
So locks was a part of me, one, embracing the natural texture of my hair, which I wanted to do, but also letting go of the perfectionist side. And I researched some more, and I felt like Sisterlocks would give me that option, but still require me to, well, not necessarily require, because I guess I could have learned on my own, but it would still give me that salon experience, that self-care, being able to come in and have someone work on my hair and shampoo and all that type of stuff. And I wouldn't be able to impact it in any way. I couldn't go and just retwist the front like I would potentially be able to do with traditional locks and palm rolling. It was just really the option that allowed me to embrace being a loose natural, or being natural and still, I don't know the right word. I don't know, Pauline. I don't know how to say it. But it let me have my locks without being able to mess with them on my own.
Okay. So since you've gotten your locks, what would you say the experience was like? What has the experience been for you?
It's been nothing but good. From day one, I was told, we don't know what your locks are going to look like. And that has held true since the beginning. They started off super short, super, super curly. And I stayed at that curly stage for a really long time. Didn't think it would even go away for some time. But now they, the length has appeared, and I love them. I've learned to embrace them and enjoy them at every stage, because what you can do now, you might not be able to do 6 months from now, or it might not look the same.
So what was some of the things that changed in the journey that you're like, oh man, I wish I had this back?
Definitely my curls. My curly ends. I didn't think my curly ends would ever go away. I think I was still in year 3 with them, right?
Yeah.
I was still in year 3 with super curly ends still, and I just thought I had finally got to the point where I was accepting them and enjoying them, and then they were gone. So, yeah, I miss my curly ends the most, and the volume that the curly ends brought.
Oh yeah, because after a certain time, your locks drop.
Yeah.
So you recently did a change. Well, how long you been locked?
4 years.
4 years now?
Yep.
Okay. So you recently did a change. Can you share about that experience?
Yeah, I still, for me, it was the last phase of this embracing my imperfection journey associated with my locks and just my life overall. But I've had hereditarily thin edges my whole life. My grandmother, my mother, everybody has always had thin edges. And it just bothered me. It's always bothered me. When my hair was out, it would be styled to where it was covered. When my locks were in the earlier stages and it was super curly, it was easily covered. But as they started to straighten and condense, it was more noticeable to me, at least. So I just shaved them off and tattooed it. And it's been great.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of research. I always do a lot of research.
I always do a lot of research.
I did a lot of research, reached out to some people for some recommendations, and really just jumped and took the leap, and I have no regrets whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I tattooed my head.
Yes. So I know it's been when you were telling me about it, I was so excited.
Yes.
And when you did it, I was so excited. You showed me your inspiration, and it was gorgeous. Loved it. So, and I remember when you came in, and it was beautiful. I had another person in here, and they're like, "Oh my God, I want to do it too." Oh, did you see, by the way, she shaved herself?
I did, and it looks awesome.
Yeah,
it looks
yeah.
awesome.
So since she's done that, I've had 3 clients now that have shaved their sides.
Oh, nice.
Yep, shaved their sides and are like, okay. So, but I had another client who shaved and hennaed and put henna on her shaved part. But you know, henna is temporary, so it's not permanent. She just wanted to see how she would like it. And so yeah, so since she's done it, and I remember I took a picture and did a video and posted it. And people either love it, or some people were like, not for me.
Yeah. But
what are some of the experiences you've had or reactions you've had with your tattooed sides?
It really is. I forget that I have them.
Mm-hmm.
I forget a lot that I have them. I haven't had any in-person bad experiences. I've had a few, comments on the internet that I didn't enjoy, but that was a person's feelings and they're entitled to that. But in person, I've had nothing but great experiences.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of, I tend to be an introvert, so it's definitely made me get used to people coming up and talking to me. But I think my favorite moment was meeting another young Black girl. I guess her family was not embracing her having locks and her just eclectic personality, and she was just so excited. When she met me, I was in work uniform. I do work for a government agency, and she was just so excited to be able to say, okay, I can do these things that are very untraditional and still excel in a career path. And
mm-hmm.
she was just really excited at the possibilities, and that was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's friends thinks I'm a little bit crazy, and that's kind of cool. I guess sometimes I'm the cool mom, but it's cool. People walk up and ask me about it. I get some stares sometimes, and I wonder, why are they staring at me? And my husband's like, you have a tattoo on your head, that's why. And I'll remember that it's there, and a simple, hey, yeah, it's a tattoo, usually ends the stare fest. So it's not bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, when I posted her video, when I tell you it circulated around the internet, it circulated. So people were just, although she saw some negative comments, but it were comments from, you can tell, when people don't, and that's the thing, when you're posting something or talking about, when you're doing something, if someone don't know the story, they're going to, put together their own opinion. Some people will well, clearly she doesn't have a job with that option, or clearly she's not trying to be in a professional setting when she works for a government agency. You're probably the only person of color in that agency.
Definitely in my department.
In her department, and she does very well. And so people don't understand that people are slowly, I think people are slowly embracing people's differences. And I don't know what you might have. Some of you guys scared to get locks because you're like, oh my God, my job, my this, my that. But at the end of the day, people just have to learn to accept you for who you are, and you'll be surprised what you can, what jobs you can get, or how you can show up in different spaces. You'll be surprised of the reaction. But yeah, when I posted the picture, I would say 99.9% of the reaction was, oh my God, loved it. Oh my God, she's so brave. Oh my God, thank you for providing a solution for my thinning edges or thinning hair. Because so many people, for some people it's hereditary. For her it's hereditary, So people saw that and thought, oh, well, she done pulled out her edges with all these braids and da-da-da-da-da-da, and now she's doing that. But for her, it's hereditary. For some people, it might be tractional or traction alopecia, where, too much tension over time causes the hairline to recede. For some people, it could be chemicals. For some people, it could be medication. It could be a whole lot of things. So you just never know what someone is going through or experiencing unless you know the background, the history of it and all. So that's why it's so good to not be so quick to judge people, because you just never know. But a lot of people suffer with what she was going through and was just so thankful that they have another option besides a lace front wig, or what other options people do. Some people get do the tattoos, but the little I forgot what they call them.
Temporary tattoos.
They do temporary. There's also that
microblading
for the scalp.
I used to do the colored gel. That was my
some people would do the colored gel. Some people would do the hair fibers that kind of stick that make it look like hair. So there are different options out there, and people were just thrilled to see this as an option, because it's not only that it's a tattoo, but it's fashionable because it's a design. And I'll show you guys a close-up picture. It's a nice design. It's cool. It's just so different, but yet beautiful. And so people were just the majority of the comments were like, oh my God, thank you for sharing. Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's another option that I can do. Whereas some people, literally, I only saw like 3 comments where one person said it was ghetto. One person said she's never gonna get a job. One person, she already had a job, but they don't know that, One person said, yeah, no, not me, or something like that. Those are the only 3 comments that came across my feed on my post when I posted it. And of course, those comments were deleted because, you bring negativity on my page. I can choose if I want to keep it or not. And I delete negative comments. That's just me. So that's the overall gist of it as far as the feedback that I got when I posted it. Now, some other people screenshot, copied it, and posted it on their page and got different, I don't know what the comments that they received, but the overall comments that I received on my platform, people were just grateful because so many people are suffering with the no edges, no hairline. And some of it's our fault of what we do, beauty is pain, so you do these tight braids, and before you know it, you have no hair. So some of it is hereditary, and to have an option that's going to help you to feel confident, to be able to pull your hair back, because every time I did her hair, she would never pull her hair back before this time. She was always covering it. Now she pulls her hair back with confidence. She's just loving up on herself now. So whatever you got to do, or whatever you feel like you need to do to help you to embrace your look, to embrace yourself, to embrace whatever you might be going through, do it. Do it. Do not worry about what people think. Do not worry about what people are going to say, because at the end of the day, they do not know who you are. They don't know your story. So just do you. And that's all I always encourage people to do, is to do you, because you are exceptional. And honestly, you wouldn't want another you walking around. So do you. And don't try to be like anyone else, because we don't want carbon copies of other people. So, but overall, she is loving her experience. She's loving her new look.
Yes.
So,
Definitely.
but yeah. Anything else? Oh, and since she's been locked, her 2 daughters have gotten locked.
Yes.
And their experience have been amazing. They love it. So representation is everything, guys.
It really is.
It is everything. So, anything else about your hair journey? How often do you, tell them how you maintain it? How often do you shave your sides to keep,
Oh, wow. My maintenance is done by Layne every 7 weeks. In terms of my sides, I was amazed to see that once they were shaved, they kept growing back so fast. Hair that I never thought my hair was growing there. But if I shaved my head as often as it grows, I would probably be shaving my edges at least once a week.
Mm-hmm.
If not more, if I really want that sleek, clean look. I don't most of the time, but I'll wait until when I'm going to do something.
So do you do it every 2 weeks, or just whenever you feel like it?
Yeah, whenever I can really see it and I don't want to see it anymore is when I do it. Locks have allowed me to be super low maintenance, so I moisturize with Antoine Beauty products, and that's it. Layne maintains. I occasionally wash at home, but other than that, I don't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my only advice, both with my experience for my tattoo and my lock journey in general, is be intentional in everything. Research, know what you're looking for, know why you're doing something and what your end result is, and that intentionalism really goes a long way in how you receive other people's opinion of you. Once I decided I was going to tattoo my sides, I was intentional about what I needed it to look like. And like I mentioned, I do work in a government agency, so I do have the ability to cover my tattoos. They are not always fully on display. When I'm out and I'm just being me, I do it. But if I'm in a business setting, sometimes I don't show it. And that's afforded me the opportunity to just be okay with no matter what anyone else says. That I was intentional in my decision making and the styling, and in general, I felt like that about my locks. That if you're intentional in what you're doing, then you're better prepared for whatever comes with it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So how long did the tattoo, and I'll link her tattoo person, what do you call them, tattoo artist?
Yeah, shout out to Kandace Layne.
Kandace Layne. I'll put her information in case some of you guys are like, oh my God, you want to do a consultation, you want to know more about it. I don't know her, but from what I hear from my client, she's amazing. She will answer your questions. She will help you.
Yes.
So she's awesome, and she's in Atlanta. So as far as your experience, how long did it take?
I think the whole process was like 3 hours. I have a custom design. We did a consult of what I wanted to do. I showed her the areas I wanted to work with. And she had some designs drawn up. We measured. She did some additional drawing, and then we got to work. The full video of the process is on my page and on Kandace Layne's page. But I think it was about 3.5 hours total, including drawing and prep time.
Okay. And I know I remember someone asking on my page, did it hurt?
It didn't. It didn't. My husband says I'm lying, but it didn't. I do acknowledge that I have a very, very high threshold for pain, and this was tattoo number 8 for me. So I'm not saying that if this is your first tattoo, you should go tattoo your head. But it did not hurt to me.
What was there any numbing cream or anything applied?
I do believe she did use some numbing cream.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was available. I don't recall whether or not we actually used it though.
Okay.
But she was super personal. We talked through the whole thing, and it was more of a fun, liberating experience than it was anything else.
And how long did it take to heal?
To fully heal, I believe it was 6 to 8 weeks. Kandace, Layne provided some details on to how to best care for it. We did go with a tattoo style that was less intrusive or abrasive to the skin. So I did notice my healing process was very quick. And I didn't have the peeling and flaking that you usually associate with a tattoo healing.
Okay. So how long did you have to wait before you could shampoo your hair?
I think it was 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was supposed to keep it dry 2 weeks. I had gotten my retightening done right before I got my tattoo done.
Mm-hmm.
Again, being intentional, I sat down with Pauline, we talked about it, we plotted out what locks we were going to cut out. So I didn't really have a concern for thinking I would need to rush in and get my hair washed immediately following it. But I think it was 2 weeks on the paper. Again, the tattoo artist can give you the definites though.
Okay. And how many locks did you end up cutting off on? She got both sides tattooed, so how many locks did you end up cutting off on each side?
I think one side I cut off. What do you remember? I think I cut off maybe a total of.
I think it was a total of 6.
Maybe
3
about
on each
6.
side.
Maybe 4 on one side, 6. About 6 or 7 locks total is what we cut off.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, I think that's all the questions people would want to know about the maintenance. It doesn't hurt. How long it took.
Yeah.
Trying to think of all the questions people would want to know. So we talked about maintenance. Do you have to do any touch-up later on, or are there any touch-ups or anything with it? I know it's permanent, but does it fade or?
Well, all tattoos tend to fade with time. I would imagine that eventually over time it will fade, and I'll probably go back to Kandace for a touch-up. But I would foresee that being years and years and years down the line.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the exposure to sun is far greater. And I did find that I wasn't able to quite hide it from the sun like how you typically should with a tattoo. But yeah.
So you have to hide it from the sun?
Well, you usually don't expose directly, fresh tattoos to sunlight.
So how long you have to do that?
I didn't do that because I couldn't.
You couldn't wear a hat or something?
No, I had no hat. I had a cool tattoo design on my head. I couldn't hide that. So I would imagine somewhere years and years down the road that I might get a retouch. But
okay.
I mean, people have tattoos 20, 30 years and don't, so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a long time.
I guess you don't have to, but.
Okay. So, as far as, did you have to put any ointment in the healing process?
Yeah, it was a cream provided directly from the tattoo artist that I used throughout the whole time.
Okay.
So I followed her instructions to the T. No issues.
Did it itch?
It didn't.
Okay.
It didn't. I didn't have any of the usual itching, flaking, or peeling that I've experienced with my past tattoos.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
So what does this go deeper like a tattoo? Because I know when you microblade your eyebrows, it's not as deep as a tattoo. Would you say it's the same?
I think so. I don't have any reason to believe it's not.
Okay.
I do know, again, she made some decisions that would be less abrasive to the skin. But I don't think it's any less permanent than something else, or less, I don't know the right terminology, but I think it's the same as any other tattoo.
Okay. Awesome. Well, guys, that's all the questions that I can think of that you guys will probably ask. She's inspiring other people. Like I said, I've had some of my clients who already done shaved their sides when they saw it, because they're like, man, she's helping me be, feel liberated. So, yeah. So if you guys have any comments, comment below. Please share with anyone who might be feeling insecure about what they're going through, so they know that they're not alone. So many people deal with this. I think we've answered all y'all questions about her journey, and I know every 7 weeks she wants to cut her hair, but I keep telling her it's the emotions talking. Don't listen to the emotions, because she's used to her hair looking a certain way. So at 7 weeks, when it's time for a retightening, that's when she's like, I'm gonna cut this off.
Yes, every 7 weeks, like clockwork.
I'm gonna cut this off, and then she comes to her appointment. She's like, oh, I just needed a retightening. That was it. So if you're having those mixed feelings about your locks, get a retightening. Maybe that'll change your mind.
Absolutely.
Before you cut it. But other than that, that's all we got for you guys. You want to share anything to encourage anybody out there? Anything else you got?
Do what works for you.
Yep.
So many people had no clue when I finally posted. People that have known me for years didn't know it. So what I learned was that people don't care as much as we think they do. They're not worried about your hair. They're not worried about you. So just do it for you and enjoy it.
I heard someone. It's this guy on this podcast that I listen to. He's like, we think so much about what other people think about us, and people really don't care. The things you notice and the things you critique about yourself, people don't even notice. No,
not at all.
When I got my eyebrows micro shaded, I always felt like everybody knew I had no eyebrows. I mean, because I really didn't have any eyebrows. But when I got them shaded, and people are like, when they see the before and after, they're like, oh my God, you really didn't have any eyebrows. But they never noticed.
Yeah.
People are not paying attention to you as much as you think they are, okay? So, trust me, people aren't paying attention. People are not thinking about you like that, talking about you like that. They're not. So,
do it for you.
Do it for you. Do what's best for you. Do what's going to make you happy, and keep it moving. Because at the end of the day, you're the one that got to be happy.
Sure.
You're the one that got to walk around with yourself. So, but all right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. If you're really enjoying the content I'm putting out, or if there's something you want to see and have not seen yet. I know you guys made a couple of requests. Some of you guys made some requests. Trust me, I'm working on them. I am pumping them out as fast as I can and getting to them as fast as I can. But it will be there, okay? I will put them out. So be patient with me. And thank you so much for helping me grow. Y'all helping me grow in a lot of ways. Y'all just don't know. We'll talk about that later. But thank you for helping me grow. Thank you for subscribing. And if you have not done so, please do so. And definitely share. Share with anybody who might need this, okay? Thank you, and see y'all next time.